Hi, welcome to another episode here of Freeworld Trading. So we're just going to talk very briefly about the British elections which are going on right as we speak, and how that's impacting currency, and what your possible predictions are on the outcome and the impacts it's going to have on volatility.
Yeah. Well, the British electoral system demands that on this final run-up to the election, nobody in the media is actually allowed to discuss how things are going, in case that sways the electorate's decisions of the last time. It's pretty obvious. Well, in my view, it seems to be fairly obvious that neither the Conservative or the Labour Party is going to end up with a working majority. If by some instance the Conservative government could form a majority, I think that would be very well regarded by the markets, and I would expect the pound to strengthen quite dramatically. I think probably the most likely outcome is that Labour will form a government, not with a coalition with the SNP, but with the support of the SNP in a sort of keep the Tories out movement.
Ed Miliband did specifically say that he would rather not be in power than form a coalition with the SNP, though, so would he be totally betraying his own word there?
He'd be a normal politician if he did that.
Yeah, Nick Clegg did that with the student loans,
I think everybody will do that, and I don't think that they will form a coalition, because the SNP specifically won't do that, but it will vote with the Labour Party in a vote of confidence, and I think the price of that would be the Trident missile, scrapping of the Trident missiles.
Right, sure.
Okay, so I think that's probably the most likely outcome, and so I would think that the currency is going to fall.
Yeah.
But right now, paradoxically, the pound is stronger than it has been for ages.
Yeah.
It went up to 154 at one point against the dollar, and it's come down to around about 152.30 at the moment. And the euro seems to be pretty strong. Well, actually, this is really reflecting a weakness in the dollar, which is arising out of the fact that last month they had the biggest deficit ever. In other words, they spent that much more money than they were making, and this is actually partly related to the dock strike we were talking about in previous programs, about which suddenly allowed a lot of imports, like car parts and cars themselves, to enter the US. So a little bit of a fear all the way around that the US isn't improving as well as we thought, and that's reflected also in the US employment figures.
Sure. Okay, so it's going to be a short one. I just want to briefly mention that The Guardian had 3 updates in relation to the world of nuts and dried fruits and nuts. So we've put them all on Twitter. We're going to put them all on the website also. So the first article is about how much do you really know about the 3 most popular nuts in the world, which are cashews, hazelnuts and almonds. So there's a little infographic there for your own information. The second update is the top 5 factors which affect the supply chain in the nut industry. So we look at everything from the global value chain to demand and currency, and that's another Guardian article. The third one is specifically mentions our almond trader Michael Stevens, and it's also a follow-up just regarding the recent death of Ferraro and the Nutella shortages, the Nutella price increase with relation to the hazelnut shortage in Turkey with the bad weather last year. So go on Twitter and check that out. Next coming up is an interview with Michael Stevens about almonds, so stay tuned.